Hi everyone. Today I am going to be teaching a fairly beginner intro level tap class. So for people who have never done tap before, this is good for you to learn some of the basic fundamental steps of tap dancing. And then for students who have maybe been doing tap for 1 or 2 years, it'll just be a nice little reminder of the techniques and everything, and the reminder of the different names of the steps. Tap is so fun. It's like one of my favorite styles of dance. And it can be really frustrating at first because your feet aren't doing maybe what you want it to do, what you want them to do. But it's just a matter of practice and muscle memory. And then the more you do it, the better you will get and the easier it will get. So you don't need tap shoes to do this. You can do it in your socks, you can do it in trainers, but make sure your trainers are clean if you're doing it inside the house. So mom and dad don't get mad when you get dirt everywhere. But yeah, it's super simple. If you're wearing tap shoes, try and use some sort of protectant. If you have a tap board, great. If you don't, maybe trainers are a better idea for at-home practice, just so you don't scrape up the floors. My floors are wood, and I know that my taps don't have any screws or anything sticking out, so I'm gonna use my tap shoes so you can hear the sounds in this video. But just a really brief walkthrough of what today's lesson is going to be like. We are going to do a quick warm-up, obviously just warm up our ankles, make sure that they're ready to do some tapping. I'm going to go over the seven different steps, let's call them, that are kind of like the foundation for what I'm going to teach today. So every move that I'm going to teach today is built upon these 7 steps. So I'll go over those and you'll see how interesting it is that something so simple as a step can be put together with other steps, like literal steps, and turn into a tap move. So we'll do that. I'm going to do a little bit of call and respond, so you're going to have to play along with me here. Try not to make me look silly, and I'm not doing this just on my own, but I'll make a little combination of steps, and then I want you to try and copy it really quickly, so it just gets your brain kind of switched on and working. So I'll do something, and then I want you to echo it back to me. I'm going to touch a little bit on rhythms and syncopations and how you can take the same step again and make it sound different depending on where you put the accents. And then I'll just go through the moves that are in the little routine that I've put together, and I'll teach you the routine and then we can practice. So remember, this is a video, so you can pause, stop, rewind, but don't fast forward because you might miss something. All right, well, let's get started. So we're just going to do a warm-up. I'm putting some low background music on just so it's not dead silent, but hopefully you can still hear my taps as we're going. So we're going to start with toes and heels warm-up. Keep the knees nice and bent. Remember, we're warming up the ankles, so we want to be utilizing those. Try not to have straight legs because then you're not really warming up properly. So a nice bent leg. We'll do 16 toes, 16 heels, 8, 8, 4, 4, 2, 2, and then singles. Okay, so everybody's ready. Keep the beat nice and even. Stay on time with the music. Here we go. 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Heel. Good, okay, now we're going to do toe tap. So if I look from the side, I'm keeping my foot off the floor and we're just going to tap the toe down by flexing and extending our ankle. And we're going to go slow, 16 slow, and then we're going to try and go as fast as we can. And often you don't stay quite on beat with the music, but that's fine. The aim is just to warm up the ankle. Here we go. Double time. Not bad.
Got a little bit off there. Left foot. 5, 6, 7, 8. And over. This is my bad leg. Not bad. Okay, now we're going to do some ankle rotation. So every time we rotate our ankle, we want to slap the floor with our toe. And we're going to start with an outward rotation. We'll do 8, and then an inward rotation for 8, and then we will swap feet. And you'll find one foot is definitely going to be better at this than the other one. So don't get frustrated. It's just a warm-up exercise. 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way, here we go. Woo! Other side. 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way, here we go. All right, not bad. Shake your ankles out. Shake them out, shake them out. All right. Now, I am going to just turn this down a tiny bit. I'm going to touch on the difference between a shuffle and a scuffle. So one is with an SH and one is with an SC. They both make a very similar sound, but produced by using different parts of your foot. So if I turn to the side, a shuffle uses 2 brushing sounds. So we brush our foot forward. So I like to start with my foot a little bit up and back, so that we can move our foot forward. We're going to brush forward with just the toe of our shoe. Brush, and then we're going to brush it back again with just the toe. Brush. So we have 2 nice clean sounds produced by the toe of our tap. Brush, brush. Now, if you're just starting out on tap, it is absolutely fine for you to use the whole lower part of your leg to do this. As you get more advanced, you want to start utilizing the ankle more and lifting up the knee to help you get those sounds nice and clear, because when you start tapping faster, you don't have time to do big, huge leg movements like this. Everything has to be nice and small, okay? So that is a shuffle using the toe pad of your heel. Let's do a nice shuffle exercise. We'll go 4 shuffles to the front, 4 shuffles to the side, 4 to the back, and 4 to the side, and then we will do the same on the left foot. Here we go. What's my music doing? Oh, that's kind of fast. I'll do it on my own time. So I'll just go with my counts. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And side. 6, 7, 8. Left foot. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Side. 2, 3, 4. Back. 2, 3, 4. And side. 2, 3, 4. Now, when I was young, I used to get really frustrated, and my frustration would show in my fingers. And I would fidget my fingers around when I was tapping, and I would move them all around. My mom always told me, just put your hands behind your back. So I'm squeezing my hands behind my back so they have somewhere to be. Yeah? You can put them on your hips if you want. It also just helps with balance, because a lot of the time on tapping, we're doing a one-legged exercise. So keep your hands kind of even here. I mean, you can put them here as well if you want. Anywhere that just gives them somewhere to be, so they're not just flapping around down by your sides. Right, so we've done shuffles. Now we're going to do a scuffle. So a scuffle, it makes the same sound, 2 noises, but the first sound uses the heel instead of the toe. So we're going to pick our foot up as if we were doing a shuffle like before, and we're going to only let the heel touch the floor this time, and we're going to go heel, and then we brush back on the toe. So we go heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. So that is the difference between the shuffle and the scuffle. The shuffle uses 2 toe pad sounds, and the scuffle uses a heel and a toe. And so that heel-toe scuffle motion will come into a move that I'm going to cover in just a little bit of time. So really quickly, that is the difference. I'm not going to make you do scuffles to it's not really an exercise you would do. Now, I am going to just touch on, let's do call and response. Right, so this is the part where you have to play along with me, otherwise I look silly. So I'm going to make a sound, really simple at first. I'm sure your teachers in school do this sometimes when they want your attention. They'll go, and then they wait for you to do the clap sound back. So that's exactly what we're going to do here, except I'm going to use a combination of my feet and my hands. So if I go, you will go. Good, that's the last time I'm helping you. Okay, so we get what we're doing now. So let's see, what can we do here? We can go, your turn. Okay, let's go. A little bit trickier. And let's go. Good. Now, if you, I don't know, maybe because we're all social distancing right now, you're on FaceTime with a friend and you both want to try and do something tapping, you can try and do something like this with each other. It's just a fun little way to get your brain switched on so that you're remembering things really quickly, because a lot of the time in dance class we teach things fast. Now, I want to go a little bit about rhythms and how tap can manipulate sounds to sound different depending on how you execute them. So I'm going to take a very basic 8 steps. So if I go, that's just 8 even sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we can use a rhythm to make that change, so I can add pauses and speed parts up so that it sounds different. So while I'm doing the same amount of steps in the same sequence, I'm just changing where the pauses are. So if I go, I'm using the same amount of steps. It's still 8 steps, but I've sped the first 2 and the 5th and 6th up, and I've put a pause in between. So we've gone da-da, wait, da-da, wait. Okay, so just examples of how you can change it. The same way you use a sentence and you put emphasis on a different word or syllable, it can change the meaning of what you're trying to say. And that's exactly what we're doing with our taps. So we can say it different ways depending on where we put those pauses and the emphasis. So another one is if we do, let's see, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice and even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But now if I put the emphasis on the first and third step, it sounds different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So again, it just changes up the way that tap sound sounds. I've got one other one here. What have I got? Brush, ball, change, step. All right, another one. So if we go brush, ball, change, step. Brush, ball, change, step. Again, can be done very evenly, nice and clean. Everything is even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we can emphasize the steps of it. So we can go so that's a brush, ball, change, stamp, brush, ball, change, stamp, brush, ball, change, stamp, brush, ball, change, stamp. And then I can lighten it and I can do the up, up a little bit faster. So that's the same step done 3 different ways, sounding completely different each time. We have, and then we've got, and then we've got. So maybe you can pause the video right now, make your own simple little sequence of steps, literally steps, doesn't have to have anything else in it, and then see how many different ways you can make that same set of sounds be different. And, you know, write it down or film yourself doing it so you can see how much variety you can create in tap dancing from something super, super simple. So that's something you can do anytime. You can do it with clapping, you can do it with your feet, you can add it all together. It's fun. I like to do it, especially when I'm bored in the car or something and there's nothing else to do. Right, I'm going to touch on now those 7 steps that I told you about, that everything I'm going to teach you today kind of evolves from. So, number 1 is a step, okay? So a step is when you're only on the balls of your feet, and I'll explain why that's different in a second. So a step is step, 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 okay? Or we can call it a toe, whatever, but we're stepping on it. Toe is slightly different. Now, a stamp is when the whole foot goes into the floor. So a stamp is my whole foot, both the toe and the heel, slamming into the floor. Stamp, stamp. So we've got step, step, and stamp, stamp. 2 different moves there. Then we have toes, which is what I was saying, slightly different from the step. Even though we're only making a sound with our toe, we're doing what we did as a warm-up. So that is a toe, that is a toe, yeah? And a heel, alternatively, lifting up the heel, pushing the heel down. That is a heel sound. So we have steps, stamps, toes, and heels. That's 4. It's super easy stuff. Scuff, we already covered as well. That's when we only use the heel of our tap to make a sound. 1 sound, scuff. And that can go forward, yes? Then we've got a brush, which is in our shuffle. Again, we only now use the toe of our tap and we go, that's a brush forward and a brush back. Brush forward, brush back. And the last one is a hop. So pretty simple stuff here. You're gonna bend your leg, you're gonna jump off of 1 foot. So this is a hop when it's on 1 foot. When you have 2 feet down, I call that a jump. Okay, so a hop is 1 foot, a jump is 2 foot, but we're not using anything about jumping today. So all you need to know is that hop is off 1 foot. And you always need to start a hop with a plie, so bend the knee. You're gonna jump, push off, try and go onto the toe. That's the last thing that comes off the floor. And then it's the first thing to go back into the floor. And again, you land in a nice plie so you don't hurt your knees. Make sure when you're hopping, although we're never hopping quite high, make sure the knee stays over the toe. So try not to let the knees deviate inwards or outwards. All right, so we hop and we keep a nice strong leg to absorb that. So now I'm going to go into the moves that are in the dance, okay? So we have heels and toes, and it's going to alternate heel, toe. So you've got heel, toe. Super simple. Heel, toe. Heel, toe. All right, just remember that. Really easy stuff. Then we have a paradiddle, toe, heel. Well, paradiddle, which includes the toe, heel. It's a scuffle, so what we were doing before with the heel and the toe brush, and then a toe, heel. So that move together, the scuffle with the toe, heel, we call a paradiddle. And a paradiddle is, I'll do it from the side. So you can do it as a dig. So we do a dig with the heel, we brush up with the toe, and how we do that, we leave the toe up when we dig the heel in, so make sure we're not putting our foot flat. We dig the heel in, and we're going to use our knee as our toe scrapes the floor to pick that sound up. So we go up with the knee. Dig, pull it up. Dig, pull it up. So that's our scuffle. Scuffle, and then we're going to go toe, heel. Okay, so that's a paradiddle. We have scuffle, toe, heel, scuffle, toe, heel. So pause the video for a second if you need to and just familiarize yourself with that movement. In the dance, it is super slow, everything is even. So I haven't done any real syncopation in the dance today. I've just kept it really simple for the intro level and beginner level tappers, okay? Then we have a shuffle toe heel. So again, we know what the shuffle is. We did it at the beginning of the lesson. We brush with our toe only, brush out, brush in, and toe, heel. Brush out, brush in, toe, heel. Again, that's brush out with the toe, back in with the toe, step on the toe, push the heel down, brush, brush, toe, heel. All right, then we have something called a cramp roll. Cramp rolls. It's like, oh, I've got cramps. It's not really like that. I don't know why it's called a cramp roll. But you are going to step up on your toes. 1, 2, and then you're going to dig the heels down. 3, 4. That is a cramp roll. Up, up, down, down. And when we do the down, we want to really bend our knees. So when we're up, up, where legs are quite straight, and then we're going to push down, 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 so that we really can get those loud, nice, crisp sounds into the floor. Okay, now as you get more advanced, you can do the cramp rolls faster so that the sounds blend. Right now in this dance that we're going to do, that's the tempo of it. But if you're at a more advanced level, you can cramp roll, step, step to fill in the space. So in the dance, I'll tell you the variations that you can do if you want to make it a little bit more difficult for yourself. All right? So we have a cramp roll. Then we have flap ball change. Oh, I didn't teach you a flap, but it's another step that varies from the moves that we've done. So a flap makes 2 sounds, like the shuffle. However, it sticks to the floor. So our shuffle goes front, back. 2 sounds, and our foot is up again. A flap goes front, down, and then it sticks to the floor. So your weight should be on that foot now, and you would have to use the other foot to keep going. So a flap goes brush, step, basically, okay? Brush, step, and different from brush, stomp, because we're not stomping or stamping. We just want to step, so we leave the heel up. Flap, 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 flap. All right, and do it with the other foot a few times. Flap, 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 flap. And again, you want to make sure your heel isn't scraping the floor. You want to get nice, clean sounds. And again, as you get more advanced with the tapping, we want to try and eliminate the big use of the leg. You want to try and do everything with just the ankle movement, okay? So the flap ball change is a combination of flap and steps. So we have flap. Now my foot is stuck, so I'm going to pick up my left foot. We have ball change, which is 2 steps. Flap, ball change, and then another ball change, and we're going to do that cross behind. Ball change, okay? Again, we have flap, ball change, ball change. So that's a flap ball change, and of course you can pause it and try it on the other side with your left foot. Okay, and again, the tempo of that is really even. 1 and 2, da, 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 da. All right, flap ball change, ball change. We've got some simple heel steps in there. You're just going to step onto the heels of your feet and leave the toes up, and then back down on the toes. Heel, heel, toe, toe. Heel, heel, toe, toe. Again, super easy, and it's kind of fun. You can just rock around with that. Then we've got shuffle, ball change, and we've just done a ball change, so we know what that is. We've already done shuffle, so we just put those 2 moves together. And now we're adding in a shuffle, hop, cross, or a hop step. So we have shuffle, ball change, shuffle. My foot is up, so I know I have to hop on this leg. Hop, cross. Then I would do it with the other leg. Shuffle, ball change, shuffle. Now I have to hop on this leg. Hop, cross. Okay, I'll do that one more time. Nice and slow. So the move is shuffle, ball change, shuffle, hop, cross. Shuffle, ball change, shuffle, hop, cross. And what I always tell you, or my students, is to say things out loud, because sometimes it helps your brain process it a little bit better when you say it out loud. So if you find you're having trouble getting your feet to do what you want them to do, say the step out loud as you do it, and it just helps get things going a little bit faster in your brain. So we have shuffle, ball change, shuffle, hop, cross, shuffle, ball change, shuffle, cross, okay? And what we're working on, even for those who are in the more maybe intermediate tap level rather than beginner, is getting clarity in those sounds. So I don't want to hear muffled scrapes and slides on the floor. Everything should be nice and crisp and clear. And we want to start minimizing the use of our legs. So we want to really start using our ankles. So this stuff might seem really simple, but until you can do it and make it look really easy, you've still got some work to do, all right? So keep practicing that. And then the last thing, two more things actually. Two more things, super simple. This is going to help you because I've done this in the order that the dance is choreographed in. The next thing is just a simple little swizzle. I don't know what you want to call it. Your knees are bent, your feet are parallel, and you're just going to pick up both heels and switch to the side, and then both toes, and then heels, and you're going to wait, and then you're going to go the other way. Heels, toe, heel. So it always starts with the heel in this part, well, in this dance anyways. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Last bit is, it's kind of fun. Kind of feels like you're line dancing or something, I'm not sure. But you're gonna only use brushes, and this time we're gonna use a toe on the actual tip of your shoe. So it's not a toe on the ball of the foot, it's a toe with the tip of your shoe. Okay, so we're gonna do 4 brushes, 2 toes, and then a step. So it goes brush front, brush cross, brush front, brush back, toe, toe, stamp. Then you would repeat on the other side. Just the toe making all the sounds. Toe, 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 stamp. All right? And that will be an even tempo. Like so. Okay, so that is all of the steps in the little routine that I've choreographed today. The song is Music by Madonna. It's a slightly older song, but I thought that it had some good beats for us to utilize when we're doing our tapping. Okay, so the first step, just going back to everything we just covered, it starts with one heel, one toe, and then a double heel and a toe. So we're syncopating that rhythm. We're going 1, 2, 1, and 2. Okay? And we do that 4 times. So it goes bum, 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 da, 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 da. Okay? And you can make it a little bit funky. You can do whatever you want with your body, and if you're not comfortable using arms, just keep them behind your back. Just give them somewhere to be. So we have bum, 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 single, double, single, double, single, double. Right? Now, we've just done a little tap with our toe. We're going to pick that foot up again because we're going to do some paradiddles. All right? So then we have 4 even paradiddles or scuffles, scuffle to heel. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, the paradiddle goes dig, brush with the toe, pick up the knee to help, and then step on the toe only, then the heel goes down. Dig, brush it up, toe, heel, okay? And we do that 4 times. So we have gone 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Again, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Paradiddle, paradiddle again. That's it. Okay. Then we're gonna do shuffle toe heel, shuffle toe heel, shuffle toe heel, shuffle toe heel. So we have shuffle, toe, heel, shuffle, toe, heel, just our toe making the shuffle sound. Okay, so we've done bum, bum, bum 4 times. We've done 4 paradiddles, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, And now we've just done the shuffle toe heel. Da, 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 da. Okay, then after we have our cramp rolls. Now, here's where you can make it more difficult for yourself if you're a slightly more advanced level. Cramp roll again is toe, toe, heel, heel. So if that's all you're gonna do, that's fine. You can do 4 cramp rolls straight forward. That's level 1. Level 2, you can do 4 cramp rolls slowly, but facing each wall of your room. I hope you have a square room. Only do it 4 times. So you have 1, 2, da, 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 da. Okay, that's level 2. So level 1, just doing all 4 straight front if you want. Level 2, doing it to each wall, starting at the front so you finish to the side. Third level is doing cramp roll faster with a step in between. So you have da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. And notice I'm only stepping on my toes on that in between step of the cramp roll. So you're speeding up the cramp roll and then doing 2 steps in between. The most difficult version of that is going to be a full lap cramp roll. And again, that would just look like da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, and you can do any combination of those. So if you want to do full lap cramp rolls all to the front, you can do. If you want to do cramp roll steps just to the front, you can do, okay? So you choose which variation you want, but any which way you do it, it's 4 cramp rolls, okay? So back to the beginning again, we've gone heel, toe, heel, heel, toe 4 times. We have paradiddles 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have shuffle toe heel 4 times. Shuffle toe heel, shuffle toe heel, shuffle toe heel, shuffle toe heel. Then we have our cramp rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to do full lap ball change, heel, heel, step, step. So we've just finished here. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. So our right foot is ready to go with the full lap ball change to the side. We're going to go full lap, ball change on the toes, ball change, and then we're going to step with the left foot first. Heel, heel, step, step. My heels are not down, I'm on my toes. Then we're going to go to the left, full lap, ball change, heel, heel, step, step. Okay? Really simple. Again, if you need to rewind and just review what we've done so far, please do that. I'm going to keep going. So we've done full lap, ball change, heel, heel, step, step, full lap, ball change, heel, heel, step, step. Now we're going to do shuffle, ball change, shuffle, hop, cross. So again, we've just gone right, left, right, left. So our right foot is going to be our next working leg because we finished on our left leg. We go shuffle, ball change, shuffle, hop, cross. Same thing on the other leg. Shuffle, ball change, shuffle, hop, cross. Then we have our little swivel where we go heels, toes, heels, heels, toes, heels. Now that's not just a movement. I should still hear the sound of your heels, toes, and heels, okay? And she says something about drives her crazy. So I want you to go, drive me crazy, like this, okay? I'll play the music for you in a second. So one more step left, and it is the brush, 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 toe, toe step. So again, we've just gone da, da, da to the right, da, da, da to the left. You're gonna pick up your right foot and go brush forward, brush cross, brush forward, brush back, 2 toes, step on it, brush, 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 toe, toe, step. And that's where we're gonna finish for today, okay? So I'll do the whole thing without the music, and then I'll do it a couple times with the music for you. So we start. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. Paradiddle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we have shuffle, toe, heel, shuffle, toe, heel, shuffle, toe, heel, shuffle, toe, heel. Crab rolls. Da 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 da. I'm doing the level 2 version. Or sorry, the level 3 version. Da 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 da. Then I have full lap, full change, heel, heel, step, step, full lap, full change, heel, heel, step, step. Then we have shuffle, full change, shuffle, hop cross, shuffle, full change, shuffle, hop cross, heels, toes, heels, heels, toes, heels, brush, 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 toe, toe, step, brush, 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 toe, toe, stamp. Finished. Okay, I'll put the music on. Hopefully I don't mess it up. And we'll see how we get on. The song is, did I say it already? Yes, I did. It's Music by Madonna. Music, Madonna. Sorry, it's taking a minute here. Da, 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 da. Music. Music, I need you. All right, this is a song. I'll turn it up now. Start straight away as soon as the beat comes in. Don't worry if you didn't get it. It's the first time. And you know what? That is almost a minute of tap choreography. So it's a lot to think about. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to try and say it out loud as I do it. Hope I don't mess it up. But I'm only human, so if I do, forgive me. Here we go again. Just have fun with it. Clean sounds. It's a fun song. Okay, I'll do it one more time without speaking at all, and that'll be it. So you can always go back, rewind. If you need to review how I break down a step, go back to that part of the video. And if you want to film yourself doing it and send it to me, I would love to see it. I can give you any feedback on where you can improve the little routine or just improve your steps in general. If you've made up any steps of your own, I would love to see that as well. Okay, here we go. Last time, and that's it. So thank you for dancing with me And we'll see you again next week.
Hey, Mr. DJ, I wanna get on.
I wanna dance with my baby.